Right. Pull up a chair, because we need to talk about the absolute death of console gaming as we know it. Sony just dropped a massive anti-consumer bombshell on the official PlayStation blog, and the entire gaming community is losing its collective mind. Starting January 2028, physical disc production for all new PlayStation games is officially dead. Finished. Done. From that point on, every single new release is going to be digital only. And look, if you think 2028 is a long way off, the corporate testing ground is already happening on our high street shelves right now. Rockstar literally just opened up pre-orders for Grand Theft Auto 6, and they've confirmed that the physical boxed edition of GTA 6 won't even have a disc inside. You are paying 70 to 100 quid for an empty plastic box with a piece of paper and a download code. Think about that. The single biggest, most anticipated video game of the decade isn't even using physical media. It is an absolute joke. But let's educate ourselves on what digital only actually means, because a lot of people think it just means convenience. It doesn't. When you buy a digital game, you need to understand something vital. You do not own that game. Read the terms of service. You are paying full price to rent a temporary, revocable digital license. And if you think a massive corporation wouldn't just wipe your library, look at what Sony did on the exact same day they announced the end of discs. They dropped a separate update confirming they are shutting down the old PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita digital storefronts globally by July 2027. They are showing us in real time that digital infrastructure has a shelf life. If Sony loses the music rights to a game, it gets pulled. If they shut down the licensing servers, it's gone. If your account gets hacked or falsely banned, your entire multi-thousand-pound library vanishes into thin air, and legally, you don't have a leg to stand on. Now let's talk about the real reason behind this shift. It isn't about consumer preference like Sony claims. It is about total market control and greed. Right now, if a brand new game comes out at £70 on the PlayStation Network store, you have choices. You can pop down to CEX, Argos, look on eBay, or swap games with your mates. If you're strapped for cash, you buy used. That physical disc creates an open market where retailers have to compete with each other on price. But in an all-digital future, competition completely dies. Sony becomes the judge, jury, and executioner of video game pricing. If they want a 5-year-old game to stay at 70 quid, it stays at 70 quid. And this isn't just a conspiracy theory. Sony is literally facing a massive £5 billion antitrust class action lawsuit right now in the UK Competition Appeal Tribunal. Why? Because back in 2019, Sony banned third-party retailers like Amazon from selling digital game keys. They deliberately choked out the market so they could force every single PlayStation owner into their own digital storefront, allowing them to pocket a massive 30% corporate tax on every single purchase. The courts are actively suing them for monopolistic behavior, and Sony's response is to double down and murder the disc entirely so no one can ever bypass their shop again. We are losing something massive here, lads. We are losing game preservation. When everything is digital, a platform holder can erase gaming history with the click of a button. Look at what happened to the shooter Concord, yanked from existence in a matter of weeks. Look at the digital films people paid for that Sony just deleted from user accounts due to licensing shifts. We are entering an era where you will own absolutely nothing. You will pay higher premium prices. You can't sell your old games to buy new ones, and you are expected to just sit there and be happy about it. This is the turning point. For me, I think this might be the absolute final straw that forces me to bin off the console entirely and finally build a PC. At least there, the digital market has actual competition between Steam, Epic, and GOG. But I want to hear from you. Are you just going to throw in the towel and accept this digital monopoly? Or is this the moment you step away from PlayStation? Drop your thoughts below. Let's have a proper row about this in the comments.